Hi everyone, I'm Alicia Fioretta, Associate Editor of Retail TouchPoints, and we're here at Retail's big show at the Javits Center in New York City. And I'm here today with Andi Needham, Global Retail Practice Lead of Axsium Group, and Gary Edwards, Chief Customer Officer of Empathica. Welcome, guys.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you very much.
All right, well, it's the first big day of the big show, and we're on the expo hall. So what are your first impressions of the show so far in the expo hall?
Well, I think if my memory serves me correctly, this is my 16th year coming to the show.
Wow.
And for me, it certainly gets bigger and better every year, I think. Certainly more customer-centric, there's a lot of innovation. The message of the show this year, Retail's New Rules, I think it aligns very well with some of the work that we're doing at Axsium, and our message of new rules for the workforce to better align to today's consumer. And we're underlining that fact this year with the announcement of a groundbreaking white paper, which we did with our partners Empathica.
Excellent.
And it's really focused on helping retailers focus their workforce on the moments of truth within the customer experience or within the customer journey that allows them to deliver a legendary customer experience.
Excellent. And Gary, how about you? What are your first impressions of the big show?
Some terrific technology here, great innovation. You know, it is becoming complex for operators, for retailers to figure out with all this stuff, what is it I need to shape a great experience for our customers. So we're very proud to, here at Empathica, to be standing next to our friends at Axsium and helping with all this innovation, with all this creativity, find our way back to something old-fashioned, which is we've got to create great experiences for our customers. We've got to do what old-fashioned retailers did, which is know your customer, and be able to serve up what they need for a great experience so they come back again.
Yeah, definitely. And the customer experience is coming back, as you said, and people are making the appropriate measures to bring that back into the store, which is huge. So to that end, Andy, you were talking about a new white paper that you guys collaborated on. So can you tell us a little bit more about this new white paper and basically what the goals and overall objectives were when you were creating this survey and putting the whole process together?
Yeah, maybe I could share the top 3 findings from the white paper. So first of all, we asked 5,000 consumers through the Insights panel that Empathica runs, specifically to talk about the connection with and the importance of associate engagement within the customer experience. So in terms of the findings, we found that the availability and access to associates on the store floor, 75% of the consumers that responded to the survey suggested that without that engagement, they tend to walk out empty-handed or considerably buy less. So think about that for a second. That's 3 out of every 4 consumers. That's a huge number. Secondly, engaged and motivated associates on the store floor. Everybody wants to be greeted with an associate that's highly trained, knows about the products that they sell. 80% of those that responded to the survey suggested that it has an overall positive impact on the experience if they can be engaged. And then finally, a little bit surprising for me was 40% of consumers responded and said that lack of access to managers has a big detrimental effect on their overall experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I think some of that may seem like common sense. Certainly being an ex-retailer, I believe that to be true. But I think this is the first time that this has ever been measured, that we've been able to correlate it. And now we can understand the importance of these things, we can prioritize them and start to address them so retailers really can stop people voting with their feet and walking out empty-handed.
Yeah, definitely. And you touched on how retailers can apply this information and really create that memorable customer experience. So, all of this information seems a bit daunting at first for retailers. So how can they take these findings from this white paper and apply it to their customer experience strategy and to their workforce strategy and really step up the in-store experience?
So I would recommend, in the white paper, there's a very simple self-assessment. And it's just got 5 simple questions that you can ask yourself. Number 1, do you have the budget and payroll allocation to be able to deliver on the brand promise that you've made to your consumers? Labor standards can play a huge part in that, really understanding the activities and tasks that need to take place within the store. So if the payroll isn't available, what needs to be streamlined or eliminated to be able to deliver on it? Secondly, the skills that the associates themselves have. So a very simple talent order or a skills assessment, a success profile. You can understand the percentage of those associates that really have the skills. And if that percentage needs to be worked on, then you can put a plan in place to action that. Thirdly, the behaviors within the customer journey. what are the most important things that the consumers want the associates to do for them. So those moments of truth within the customer experience, do the associates actually understand what the most important parts are? So again, either through a combination of e-learning playbooks, we can really help focus on those most important attributes. And then finally, the workforce management systems in the market. I mean, they do a fantastic job automating and streamlining the process. We know that when you have an engaged associate connected with a customer that needs help, conversion, upsell, cross-sell goes through the roof. So we certainly encourage them to look, and I think having a great CEM program, being able to measure the impact and what's resonating with the consumer is incredibly important.
First commandment of retail has to be know thy customer. So we really believe, Alicia, that where it starts is that in-depth understanding of the customer. At the same time, employees, we've worked with dozens of retailers over the last decade, and time again we find evidence in support of what Andy's saying, which is if you want that highly engaged, very motivated employee, actually the most important currency you've got is your schedule. Optimizing that, making sure that people feel they're valued for the work that they do, make sure they've got a great relationship with their manager. These are the fundamental building blocks for an associate to become engaged. Then of course, if they're engaged, that carries over to the experience customers have. And to answer your question, I believe you've really got to understand for your enterprise, for the value proposition that you're offering, what is it that's going to drive loyalty? So it's not a matter of we need to do everything and the customer is always right. It's what are the few things we need to do, and we need to do them right to make sure that the value that we offer to our community through our retail stores is being met by our associates every day.
Definitely, without a doubt. And you guys provided a lot of great information in terms of the key survey findings and how retailers can really apply it to create a new, memorable, engaging experience for shoppers, and that is personalized and customized, which is huge. So how will this affect the retail industry during 2012 and beyond, having all access to this information?
We hope that they don't miss one critical and important element of this study, which is, don't forget to ask. We found that, as Andy said, 30% of customers, if they've been approached by an associate and asked if, or made a recommendation, asked if they'd like help, will walk out and spend more money. So this really simple opportunity exists for all the retailers we work with. Let's never be afraid to ask, but that ask it's really important. This isn't the, do you want fries with that? Ask in the customer's interest. Ask them something, take that 20 seconds to know what it is they're looking for, what their mission is for that particular shop, and then offer up something that, with your knowledge of your product in your store, that you may find helpful. Even if they don't buy it, what we found, of course, Andy, is that that basket size is going to grow.
Absolutely. When you look at the 10Ks of the annual reports from the retailers, improving the customer experience is ranked up there as one of the most important things, if not the most important thing. And we've worked with over 250 retail brands, so we've got a great depth of experience. And we'd encourage retailers just to reach out and start those conversations, because 2012 is the year that we need to start moving the needle on some of these things. We've had a couple of clients that have really started to align their workforce strategy with their customer experience strategy. One client had basket size increase of up to 31% by just engaging better with the consumers coming through the door, upselling, cross-selling, taking that opportunity. And for the first time, we've been able to correlate a 1% customer satisfaction lift with a 0.2% lift in sales. So this is going to be a big benefit for retailers, and time is of the essence. We need to start now.
Yeah, without a doubt. And you guys presented a huge opportunity for retailers to really listen to their shoppers and all of the benefits that come along with it. So Andy, thank you so much for joining us.
Alicia, our pleasure.
Thanks everyone for watching.